All right. Let's
All
move
right,
on.
now we gotta move over.
Let's
Okay,
talk
we're
about
gonna
these Suns.
talk about the Suns and specifically. Obviously, the season ended. Most people did not expect them to be here. They are here. They went to the finals. They lost in six. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. But they have pieces. We mentioned them. They have Chris Paul. He had a decision to make. This decision got a lot harder, in my opinion. But regardless, the Suns' future now going forward, that's what we're gonna discuss. And Chris Paul. So Aminder, what are your thoughts on the Suns' future and what do you think Chris Paul? What does this mean for Chris Paul? And what do you think he may do?
Well, I was watching the post game interview with CP3, and then he said he's not done. He's like, let's run it back. So, I mean, whether I just don't know if he's gonna run it back with with Phoenix Suns or does he want to go somewhere else? Because potentially there was like rumors today that they're interested. The Lakers are interested in either CP or Westbrook, but we could talk about that later. The Suns also, I think they need to make changes around the bench as well. They definitely need more bigger players. They need more bigger small forwards, power forwards, or center. Ain's not doing it for them. I'll be honest. Like you were saying before, Abby. Like get the bag. He's not getting the bag. They need someone that can actually get the bag. And the reason why I'm saying they need more big men is because if you look at the rebounds, I know you're going against what do you call Milwaukee Bucks. They're full of big men, especially Giannis, who's going to be going for those rebounds. If you look at the for game 6, 52 rebounds for the Bucks compared to 37. So that's why I say like you need to get the rebounds, and especially for turnovers, yeah, like I don't know, man. 14 turnovers for the Suns and 18 for the Bucks. So they had four double chances, to get score. Another thing I want to point out was which you mentioned earlier was Booker going for 0 for 7 from the 3 point line. I don't know, like he shouldn't be missing those shots. Some of those shots, like he just forced them. Some of them, like he just didn't have any clean plays, so they need to clean up with the plays because they're playing really, really sloppy. And my biggest problem is Crowder. He needs to stop shooting them threes because he went 2 for 9, 22% from the three. Listen, you're a forward. You're not a. I get you can shoot sometimes, like some clutch shots, but you can't be always going for them threes. He missed 2 or 3 wide open shots. And speaking of missing wide open shots, you had CP3 missing in the second quarter, wide open shots twice. And so I don't know. I mean, like that's my thoughts on the Suns and the CP3. So I'm gonna hand it over to Arun now.
All right, so CP3 is going to be one of the main free agents if he plans to opt out. Um, he still, if he opts back in on his contract, he still has 1 more year, which is 44 mil for the remaining year of his contract. But he, like I said, he does have a option to opt out. Now, if he opts out, I don't think the Suns are going to be legit contenders coming up next season. But if he opts back in, I do think that with some minor tweaks, this team could be like really, really good. I think even better. For example, they already have shooting with Saric, Book, CP, Bridges. Bridges is still on the books for another season. Still got Jay Crowder on the books for 3 more seasons. Actually 2 more seasons after this last past season. CP3 is going to be there, obviously. If you could get a rim protecting big, I feel like that could really help the Suns because we saw in that last series, Giannis got whatever he wanted in the paint, no rim protection. Ayton, good player, no rim protection, and teams are gonna exploit that coming up next season. So that's a whole. If I'm the Suns and I'm running that organization, I'm going out there and I'm getting a big man that could protect the rim, and I'm bringing back CP3. But if CP3 leaves, I don't think this team is gonna sniff a Western Conference Finals unless they go out there and re-sign another player to replace CP3. But they got some critical contracts coming up. Cameron Payne balled out this postseason. Definitely deserves some money. So let's see if they pay him. My I think he's gonna leave. He's gonna get a better contract from another team. That's gonna be a major blow. Torrey Craig is gonna be gone next season. But the Suns, they have to if they want to contend, they have to re-sign Chris Paul and they have to make a few adjustments. Like I said, get that rim protector because you already have that shooting, you already got that floor general, you already got that superstar, and you already got somebody in the middle in Aiden that could put the ball in the bucket. So I think the Suns should keep CP3. But if CP3 does leave, you already know where I think he should go.
We'll get into that some other
Lakers.
time. We'll get into that some other time.
Okay, I just want to put that out there,
Yeah.
so I can speak it in his existence.
Yeah.
CP3, come to LA, be that third option. Just stay healthy, team up with your buddy LeBron, and help AD win another ring or two.
Javon.
All right. Well, as a LeBron Laker fan, I would hope that CP opts out, but I would another part of me hopes he doesn't, just so next season I can prove to all of you that this Suns team are fraud, not frauds, but they outperformed, of course, what we all thought. Nobody thought they were making it to the finals, but you will see next season when the rest of the league is healthy that the Phoenix Suns, however successful they are in the regular season, they will do absolutely nothing in the playoffs. This was their year. This is almost anyone that's not the Lakers, the Clippers, Brooklyn, or Philly. This was anyone's chance to win the chip this year without the big name, the big stars all out. This team right now, the Phoenix Suns made it to the finals. But Abby, I've emphasized this to you countless times. This is the first series that we've seen in the playoffs for the Phoenix Suns in which they played a healthy team. Lakers, top two players, LeBron not 100%, AD's injured. And AD's out. Against the Clippers, the number one player, Kawhi Leonard, is out. Against Denver Nuggets, the second player, the second main player, Jamal Murray, is out. Phoenix has not played one healthy team. The first healthy team we see them play, what happens? They lose 4 in a row. Because I am trying to tell you guys that CP, yes, he's the point guard, but he is not a closer. He is not that guy. Phoenix is not that team. So if I'm Phoenix, I'm going to take a hard. I need to. You have some very serious decisions to be made, because even if you re-sign Chris Paul and you give him $44 million for the year, what does that really do? What is considered a success for Phoenix Suns? It's either a chip or nothing. Because if you don't make it to the finals, if you make it to the first round, second round, the conference finals, that's a failure in my opinion. So if I'm the Suns, where do I go from here? I have absolutely no idea. Chris Paul is also 30. He will be 37 years of age. Chris Paul is also not a closer. Chris Paul is also not the healthiest guy. Can you put all that pressure on him for him to stay healthy, for him to, do all these things? Yes, he's a phenomenal player, but I just don't know for the Suns franchise. I think.
Okay, hold on, just for 1 second. What? How long of a contract would you allow Chris Paul to have?
No more than 2 years, and you gotta be careful. Don't give him the max.
No. I give him. If I'm Phoenix, I hope he just accepts the 1 year player. I'm not giving him an extended contract.
It sounds like what Chris Paul. Obviously, we're a couple of weeks away from free agency, but it sounds like he wants 3 years, $100 million.
So he opts out this remaining contract.
He will opt out this,
okay.
and even if he's with the
3 years,
Suns, he
100
wants 3 years, $100 million.
I think that's fair. 30 mil. I feel like he should be getting paid like 30 mil, 25, 35 mil.
I don't see what else Phoenix can do. I don't know who else they can attract in terms of free agency. So I guess I give it to him, because if I don't have him, I'm probably not even going to make the playoffs. But just know this: whatever they offer him, 3 years, whatever it is, they will not be in the finals for the next 3 years at least, guaranteed.
All right.
Unless we have another injury-ridden season like this. But
all points that are somewhat valid. But I will say, the Phoenix Suns, they have a bright future, and they have a bright future if they do 2 things. And by bright future, I mean immediate future, going past 2 years. You have Denver coming back. Jamal Murray will be back sometime next season. Kawhi Leonard, we don't know. He likely is out all of next season, so you can count the Clippers out right there. Utah, we'll see about them. Portland Dame, that is the biggest player we don't know about. And then we have obviously the other the Lakers obviously with AD and Anthony Davis and whoever else they may add coming back. Luka in Dallas. There's plenty of teams in the West, and Golden State. Klay Thompson is coming back. They're gonna make some moves. They have two lottery picks.
Nuggets.
So the Phoenix Suns, Nuggets, with Jamal Murray coming back sometime next year. The Phoenix Suns cannot rest on their laurels because it's not a guarantee, but they can make it in their favor if they do two things. Number one, which we all know, Chris Paul gotta be back. I would give him 3 years, $100 million. That's the price you pay for what he's done for you and what impact he's made from missing the playoffs for over a decade, and then you get to the NBA Finals, regardless of the circumstances. You got to keep him. And now this is the move. I've been preaching this move. It has to happen. I want established. I want proven. I want the better player. DeAndre Ayton and Mikal Bridges. If I have to trade 2 for 1, I will do it. I'm calling Minnesota, and I'm not getting off the phone until I have Karl Towns on my team. Bring back Kentucky from 2014 with Devin Booker and Karl Towns, because those two almost won a national championship together years ago in college. Bring them both back. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Karl Towns, go to battle. That is what you have to do. I would insert Cam Johnson into the starting lineup if I have to trade Mikal Bridges, and then I go.
You're gonna have to get rid of Mikal, Ayton, and one more piece.
I'm not giving up.
Sarge.
I'm not giving up. Cam Johnson. I need him, and I'll give you potentially. I don't even know what else you want. You want Crowder? I'll give you Crowder. You could
have Crowder. You could have Sarge, Crowder, Javon Carter if you want him. Jalen Smith if you want him.
Draft picks. I'll give you 2 first. I'll give you 2 draft picks, and I'll give you those 2 players. I need an established star and a player that has been rotting in a horrible situation. And now I can, if they had Karl Towns,
because he's not getting paid much.
Like Karl Towns can shoot the 3. Karl Towns got a whole game as a center. He's just playing for. We go back to Kevin Garnett. He's playing in Minnesota, and he will never do anything there. So bring him to Phoenix, and now.
But I think even if they sign Cat, let's say Cat was on this team and they played Giannis, I think Giannis will still tear apart Cat. That still doesn't solve their core problem, which is rim protection. Like I said, they're still going to have to go out there and get a solid rim protector.
I would love to have seen that matchup.
And you're going to have to replace Mikal Bridges and his shooting. So, and that was very cheap production at $4 million.
But I agree with Abby because I feel like Cat is more aggressive in the paint.
Cat is more aggressive, yeah. No, he's a better player than Ayton.
But Abby, I was gonna say, would you want all 3 friends to be on the same team? D'Lo, Booker, and Cat.
No, not D'Lo. No,
D'Lo.
No, because I got Chris Paul.
That won't work.
That's true.
I got Chris Paul. I got Devin Booker, and I got my big 3, a real big 3. I have my new big 3, and now I'll go to battle with whoever I got to play against. I keep Chris Paul. I don't let him go to the Lakers. That's one addition. That's one thing right there. Clippers. Listen, man, Kawhi Leonard, there's no way he's playing next year. This man sat out a whole year with a knee sprain, bro. He's not coming back next year. We all know this. Utah, listen, they got their own problems. Donovan Mitchell made one out of Utah. So forget about them, to be honest, as of right now. Dame Lillard, oh my God. God knows where he's going or staying. And then Luka, they don't got enough as of right now. We'll see. So, yes, if you add Karl Towns, you are Western Conference Finals. I would pick them right now. If you told me tomorrow that they got Karl Towns, I would say the Los Angeles Lakers and Phoenix Suns are going to the Western Conference Finals next year. That's how I would say it. So that's how much I feel you're getting better. You're not getting worse. Chayton, what do you think?
I mean, I'm gonna
on the Suns and Chris Paul going forward.
I completely agree with you there. It's just, if you look at it in hindsight, first thing you gotta do is obviously re-sign Chris Paul. But if you don't re-sign Chris Paul, we're just gonna be like, yeah, the Suns are a one-hit wonder because you've got a sleeping giant in the Bay Area coming through, and just looking at the Western Conference itself is if Jamal Murray is back by February and the Nuggets are competing, you got them to worry about. You have an up-and-coming Dallas team. We keep talking about Dallas. They're always one piece away because they have Luka. You got LA when healthy. The other LA team, we saw what they could do with their Kawhi Leonard. They're not going to be a Western Conference Finals team, but the hand is stacked against you if you don't re-sign Chris Paul. But now you have to do even more because there are more teams out there. Like if the entire field stays healthy, I'm not picking the Phoenix Suns to make the finals. And I think James Jones needs to realize that too. Is yeah, you have all these great players together. Dario Saric is not playing anytime next year because he got hurt in the finals. So that's just a roster spot gone. He's not playing, right? And he was your backup center. He was going to be the one DeAndre Ayton wasn't playing minutes. He was going to play minutes at center against Giannis. So he's completely out. And I'm sorry, but they wasted that first round pick on Jalen Smith when they could have gotten a guy like Tyrese Halliburton to back up Chris Paul. He would have been a pretty good addition. You know, he played really well for the Sacramento Kings. And I guess just overall, what more can you do as a team? Because if Bradley Beal's on the trade block, someone's going to trade for him. Jaylen Brown, we say, might be on the trade block. Someone's going to trade for him. The whole landscape of the NBA is about to change because Damian Lillard also asked for a trade. So, you know, there are spots open, but the Western Conference has been so competitive in the last 10 years that I'm just like, yo, you got to do a lot to get to where you are again. Because we've only seen a few teams make the NBA Finals back-to-back years. The anomaly is LeBron James's team, the Warriors, and the San Antonio Spurs. That's about it in the last, 5 years? Those are the only three teams to make the finals multiple in back-to-back years.
All right. I think we discussed the Phoenix Suns present, future, and Chris Paul.